Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. I hope your day and your week have been going very well so far. This is Clash of the Titans, the video series here at Guy Boston Sports, where I go through every single big-time college football matchup throughout the entire season, giving you guys deeper insight, deeper analysis, but more importantly, more picks for each of these big-time pivotal college football showdowns. In today's video, guys, we've got a great one, a massive game with massive playoff implications. We have the AAC Championship Game between number 24 ranked North Texas and number 20 ranked Tulane, with the winner getting a spot in the CFB. Great game, guys, and as always, I got some really great picks to go ahead and share with you. But first, as always, people, please make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and drop a comment down below. It helps the channel grow, and it really does mean a ton to us. Like I said, guys, this is a massive game. Obviously, it's a conference championship game, so already, just coming into it, it's a big-time game, but with the college football playoff implications, so much at stake here, it makes this a must-watch college football game on Friday night. I have 3 picks to go ahead and share with you guys for this game. I have a spread pick, I have a team total over pick, and then I have a player prop to go ahead and close out the video. And like I said, guys, please subscribe to the channel. This year, in this Clash of the Titans video series, we are 70-42 on our straight bets this year. So we've been crushing it all year long. The best part is obviously every pick handed out here in this video series and the channel at large is 100% free. So if you're not subscribed, you're just missing out. With all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and dive into our first pick in today's video between number 24 ranked North Texas and number 20 ranked Tulane. Again, 8 p.m. kickoff, almost a tip-off in basketball mode here. 8 p.m. kickoff Friday night. My first pick, my spread pick, I got it back in North Texas here, -2.5. Look, guys, these are two very, very strong teams, but ultimately, I think North Texas is definitively the better team. Now, I'm not saying they're, by a country mile, but I think looking at the numbers, looking at the matchup, North Texas definitively is the better team to tail in this spot. Now, looking at the numbers here, if you know anything about North Texas or college football this year, they have been an unbelievable offense. According to PFF, they have the 3rd highest graded offense in the entire nation, trailing only Ohio State, the number 1 ranked team in the country, and Indiana, the number 2 ranked team in the country. This offense is absolutely elite. If you look at the right side of the screen here at the team ranking numbers for this season, North Texas, the number 1 scoring offense in college football, averaging just about 47 points per game this year. Now, we have to go ahead and mention the fact that they are playing in the AAC, the American Athletic Conference. So, take it with a grain of salt. They aren't doing this with an SEC schedule. Regardless, though, it is a very impressive feat. The 2nd best passing offense in college football in terms of yards per game, averaging 325 passing yards per game, 2nd in yards per play, still a top 40 rushing team, top 5 in red zone efficiency, good offensive line. They don't turn the ball over too often. You can go through a lot of numbers here and find a lot of positive stats for North Texas's offense. But where they don't get enough credit is their defense, and honestly, they have a very strong defense as well. As a matter of fact, according to PFF, North Texas, along with having this highly ranked offense, has the 24th ranked defense in the nation. That's the grades they give out for total defense, 24th highest graded defense in all of college football. And all I've heard about the Tulane team coming into this game is how they have the better defense. They have the strong defense. Tulane's defense, in terms of the PFF grades, they don't even rank in the top 70 in the nation. North Texas, according to PFF, have a top 25 offense and a top 25 defense, and the numbers do back up to an extent. Now, from a scoring perspective, they're tied for 65th, giving up 24.2 points per game. Not super efficient in the red zone, 3rd down numbers. There are some bad numbers here. They aren't again, remember, they rank really highly, but it's an AAC schedule. But they force a lot of turnovers. They have a top 10 pass defense in the nation. There are some good metrics here, and I do think they have a better defense than Tulane, who is not a bad defensive team. They have the better scoring defense, but they have a clear weakness in their pass defense. Now, going back to North Texas, their run defense is very, very bad. But ultimately, in this matchup, I know they're on the road at Tulane here, so Tulane does have the home field advantage. North Texas has way more advantages in this matchup than I think Tulane does. And I think North Texas is a much more balanced offense. Let's look at North Texas offense against the Tulane defense. First and foremost, like I mentioned, North Texas top 5 in red zone efficiency in all of college football. Tulane defensively tied for 77th. So there's one good big advantage there right off the bat for North Texas. But the biggest advantage, obviously, right here is the passing yards, okay? North Texas, 2nd ranked team in college football, like I mentioned before, in passing yards per game. They're averaging over 325 passing yards per game this year. That's a problem for Tulane because although their run defense is top 35 in the nation, pretty damn good, their passing defense ranks 119th in the nation. They're giving up over 250 yards per game on average. That's to the average team. Now we're talking about North Texas here. Arguably the best passing offense in all of college football. So really big matchup there. Yards per play, North Texas second in the nation. Tulane tied for 52nd in yards per play allowed. Tulane, they force a decent amount of turnovers, but North Texas, they don't really turn the ball over that much. And like I said off the top, we all know coming into this matchup that North Texas offense trumps Tulane's defense. We know that. That was expected to be the case. But what a lot of people are talking about is that Tulane's offense can still create enough against this North Texas defense to keep it close and or win the game outright. And I just personally don't believe that's the case. If you go ahead and flip this here, again, going back to the matchup numbers, North Texas top 10 pass defense in the nation. So from a passing perspective, I don't expect the Tulane quarterback to have a ton of success throwing the ball through the air in this game. And I'm not trying to throw shade at Tulane's quarterback, Jake Retzlaff, who's had a very strong season, but I just don't think this is a great matchup for him against this North Texas pass defense. Now, the big area where Tulane should have an advantage offensively is against this North Texas run defense, which again, as we mentioned, ranks outside the top 100. However, Tulane's rushing offense has not been that great this year. They're ranked 61st in the nation, averaging just shy of 168 rushing yards per game. So although they do have a big advantage there against North Texas, I just don't know if Tulane's offense is good enough to take advantage of that. Add to the fact that North Texas forces a lot of turnovers, 6th in the nation, forcing 2.1 turnovers per game. And Tulane, again, not a terrible team in terms of giving up turnovers, but they do rank outside the top 50, another advantage for North Texas. Guys, all of this is to say that although Tulane is a good team, I'm not trying to disrespect what they've done this year because they've got some decent wins. They've had a very strong season. I just think that in this spot, North Texas is the definitively better team. They have way more advantages in this matchup than I think Tulane has. And I think people are giving a lot of credit to a Tulane defense that is solid for their conference, but overall, they're not that strong. North Texas possesses a stronger defense, in my opinion. Add to the fact that North Texas this year has just been a better cover team in general. 80% cover rate this season against the spread, 92% at -2.5. The only game that North Texas failed to cover at -2.5 was, of course, their only loss of the year against USF, where they lost 63-36. Tulane, on the other hand, have not been as great of a cover team, just 45% overall on the season. And then you look at this particular spread of +2.5, it's 83%, which is very, very good. But again, those overall against the spread numbers, not where you want them to be for Tulane. Now, both teams have advantages in terms of home and away. Tulane at home this year have been very dominant. They covered +2.5 in all of their home games this season. North Texas on the road, though, have covered the spread of -2.5 in all of their road games this year. So the home and away thing, yes, Tulane has the home field advantage, but North Texas has been very, very good on the road this year. This is what I mean. Every spot you give Tulane a positive, whether it be the home field advantage, whether it be their running, their offense in general, right? Their defense. I think that North Texas, you can give a stat that gives North Texas the advantage in that spot. So at the end of the day, it's going to be a close game, sure, but I think North Texas is the better team and the better bet in this one. So my first play in today's video is North Texas -2.5 on the spread. And my second pick in today's video, kind of sticking with the theme of North Texas having a very good game here, I'm going with the North Texas team total over 31.5 points, which I am grabbing for -145 over on DraftKings. And don't worry, guys, if you miss any of these plays, they will all be down below in the pinned comment, as well as a link in the description that shows the plays. And if you go over to GuyBostonSports.com, we'll have a individual post dedicated to each of these Clash of the Titans videos for Conference Championship Week. So plenty of ways to go ahead and tail the picks in today's video. By the way, speaking of today's video, we are about to hit the 9-minute mark. So please, if you are watching at this point, comment 9 down below. As always, guys, we appreciate those who watch through each and every single video here on the channel. It really does mean a lot to us here. So again, my second pick in today's video, North Texas over 31.5 points. Again, -145 over on DraftKings. As you can see here, the data is phenomenal. North Texas, a 92% hit rate on the season. 11 of 12 games, they've cashed this over, averaging 46.75 points per game this year. But look at the more recent run they've been on here, okay? 5 of their last 6 games, North Texas has scored at least 52 points. The one, by the way, miss of the entire year was the Navy game where they missed it by 1 point. They had 31 points in what was a double-digit victory over Navy. So phenomenal data across the board. And again, these last 6 games, 5 of their last 6, they've scored at least 52 points. So they have been on an absolute tear offensively, especially over the last month or so. From a head-to-head perspective, these teams did meet last year. Tulane did win that game, but even in defeat, North Texas still scored 37 points in that game. Now, some might be asking, why not just take the over in general? The line is set at 66.5 for the total. I know win or loss, North Texas is going to be able to score 32 points in this game. I know that's going to happen. But like I mentioned a couple times in the video, I think that North Texas's defense is being undervalued a little bit. Now, I know the run defense, it's not good. The red zone efficiency, not great. But I do think overall, the strength of Tulane has been their passing offense, and they're going to be able to go ahead and force some turnovers and make life a little uncomfortable for Jake Retzlaff. So I just think that in this game, North Texas, they are a sure bet to score. Tulane, there is a possibility maybe Tulane's offense doesn't give us enough to contribute towards the total. I don't hate the total. I think 66.5 is not a bad bet if I'm being honest, but I think that North Texas's team total over is the smarter way to go about it, because I think win or loss, they're going to go ahead and cash this team total over like they did the last time they played Tulane. Now, very quickly, guys, before we finish up with our third and final pick in today's video, which of course is our player prop pick, I want to give a special shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Outlier. All the data, all the information that you've seen on screen here in this video is brought to you by Outlier, the best sports betting tool on the market. And we offer a special promotion where there's either the link down below in the description or in the pinned comment. You use that special promo link and you get 1 week free. That's 7-day free trial for Outlier to go ahead and check it out for yourself. This site's great for, games, totals, spreads, money lines, especially player props. It's great for player props. There's so much information. I'm only giving you guys a little piece of the puzzle here in terms of all that Outlier provides. I don't have enough time in the video to show you guys everything Outlier offers. The only way to check it out is to check it out for yourself. But there's so much more insight, more in-depth numbers, really great stuff. And again, I always tell people, if you want to be a great sports bettor, at the very least, a smarter sports bettor, you got to have the proper tool by your side. And Outlier, it's the best the money can buy. And again, use the promo link down below in the description or the pinned comment and get a 7-day free trial to try it out for yourself. Special thank you to Outlier for sponsoring today's video. All right, guys, our third and final pick in today's video, we have our player prop pick. I'm going with Wyatt Young, the wide receiver from North Texas, over 99.5 receiving yards. Now, I know the line is definitely high, and it might scare some people off, but trust me, he's been cashing this at a very high rate over the last several weeks. Now, I'm grabbing this for -130, best odds available to me over on FanDuel. Now, from an overall standpoint, the numbers may not look that great. It's a 42% hit rate on the season, yet he still is averaging 100 receiving yards per game this year, despite only cashing this in 5 of 12 games this season. But if we go ahead and narrow this down to just the last 5 games, 4 of his last 5 games, he's cashed the over. That is, of course, an 80% hit rate. He's averaging a whopping 161 receiving yards per game over his last 5 games. The only miss being the Navy game. He had just 52 receiving yards in that one. But some massive performances: 190 yards versus Charlotte, 143 yards versus UAB, 295 yards versus Rice, 127 yards versus Temple. His emergence as a premier wide receiver, which, by the way, he's one of the highest graded wide receivers over on PAFF. His emergence has been one of the big reasons as to why you've seen North Texas offense take off and have so many 50-plus point games over the last several weeks. He's become a super weapon in this offense, and he's got a very good matchup. Like we mentioned a couple times now in the video, Tulane, not a very good defense against the pass. They rank 119th in college football, giving up just shy of 252 receiving yards allowed per game. If we do go look back at some previous performances from wide receivers, now we don't have a lot of data here, but we do see less than a month ago when Tulane played Memphis, a very good AAC team, Cortez Braum, the wide receiver from Memphis, had 113 yards, and another receiver from Memphis, Jamari Hawkins, in the same game had 98 yards. So again, we unfortunately don't have a lot of numbers here from past performances, but we have seen a receiver, and I think obviously Wyatt Young is better than those guys, have really big performances against this Tulane team. They're giving up a lot of passing yards every single game. Wyatt Young, he's heavily targeted in this offense. Again, 81 targets this year. That's a 20.8% target share. As you can see, he's got at least 7 targets in 4 of his last 5 games. So he's getting a lot of work, averaging 8.4 targets in total over the last 5 games. That's an average. So really good numbers across the board here. And I think he's got a really good matchup spot against a pretty I don't want to say overrated, but a little bit of an overrated Tulane defense. I think Wyatt Young carves them up in this game. All right, guys, that is it for me today. Thank you very much, as always, for watching. One more time, please make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and drop a comment down below. This is one of 6 Clash of the Titans videos coming out this week. We have a ton of stuff covering the big-time conference championship games. We have UNLV Boise State. We obviously have this game. We have Ohio State, Indiana. We have Texas Tech, BYU, Georgia, Alabama, Duke, Virginia. Did I mention UNLV Boise State yet? Either way, 6 total Clash of Titans videos covering most of the major conference championship games for this week. So make sure to go ahead, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of those games. Again, we've been crushing this year during our Clash of the Titans videos, 70 and 42 in our single bet category for the year. So make sure to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Guys, until next time, I hope you're all winners. Let's go ahead and make some money.